Welcome to the Mercy House Show, where we discuss what is happening here in Kensington and at the Mother of Mercy House. As we reach out to the addict on the street, the residents who live here, and the children of the neighborhood.
Been real nice living in this area, like I said. It's really a struggle living here, but it's also rewarding because I get to meet people like Diane. Struggling for us was like not paying the bill on time, coming home with the lights off, having no heat in the house. What else? And yeah, just getting by with other family, like our grandma. Like our grandma, we used to cook for us because, we didn't have heat in our house or gas.
Well, Johnathan, it is so great to have you here. I am so excited because you're on staff here now as an adult, but your relationship with Mother of Mercy House started long before you came on staff as an adult now. So could you tell us a little bit of your journey, where you grew up, and your relationship with Mother of Mercy House over the years?
Yes, I grew up from New York, Brooklyn. I moved at a young age to Philly with my mom and my sister. And I've been living here for about maybe half my life. I would like to say maybe 15 to 16 years so far. I know my math not that good. But yeah, it's been real nice living in this area, like I said. It's really a struggle living here, but it's also rewarding because I get to meet people like Diane. Wow. Diane, yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Well, Diane, tell me, what's it been like working with Johnathan? Because you've known him as a teenager and now as an adult. And you've really spent a lot of time with him. So what's your experience been?
My experience has been great. That's why we called Johnathan back for an interview when he wanted a full-time position. We were looking for someone, and Johnathan came to mind because Johnathan started working for me the first year I opened up camp. And when we opened up camp, there were, I think, 25 campers maybe the first year. And we were looking for children or students that we got from a city program. And the city program takes into account where you are, how many kids are in your camp, et cetera, and then they give you, the counselors that they think you need. And we were offered 9, which was great because it was my first year and I really didn't know what I was doing. So the week before camp started, we had training, and Johnathan and Jaylene, Jonathan's sister, showed up, and I was waiting for the other 7, and they never came, and I called to say, where's everyone before we start? And the program director told me that the other 7, the parents saw the corner that we're on and didn't feel comfortable. So they didn't let them come here. So I only had Johnathan and Jaylene, and a week before camp, there's so many things to do. Looking for more counselors was impossible. They did end up sending another guy part-time, and that helped. But Johnathan and Jaylene helped me run that camp. We had no issues for, I think it was 4 weeks the first year. And they ran it with me and all those kids, and they did great. So they worked here for a while, and then Jaylene, I guess, went on to college after that, and Johnathan went on to other jobs. And when we needed someone in operations, we thought of Johnathan. Like, there's a cool guy that we know that's loyal and kind, speaks Spanish, knows the neighborhood. I mean, checked off all the boxes, and we're crazy about him.
And Johnathan, you were working a different job. And you left that job to come work at Mother of Mercy House. I'm sure it was for piles of money that you left that job. So tell us, why did you leave that position and join here? What was the motivating factor?
The motivating factor mainly, everybody, wants to, try for a different job because of more money opportunity or build up your resume as well. But I came back because it's Diane. We grew up with her. Even my sister was telling me, Diane hit my sister up on an email. She sent my sister an email because I believe Diane didn't have my email at the time. So my sister texts me at my old job. She goes, "Oh, Johnathan, Diane, it's Diane. Remember Diane?" I was like, "Yeah, I remember Diane. Of course I remember Diane." And she hits me up and she's like, she's looking for somebody for this position. I was like, "Oh yeah, what is it?" She sent me a link and it's for a coordinator of operations assistant. That's what the job title is called. Yeah, and I was like, "Oh my God, of course, I'll take it." And I hit up Diane. I was like, "Yeah, of course, I would love to work for you again." Mainly, it wasn't because of the money. It was because working with Diane. Because, like I said, a job that you can have fun at doesn't feel like a job. That's the best part about having a good job. It doesn't feel like a job.
So you feel like you have fun here at Mother of Mercy House?
I feel like I be loved here and respected here. Yeah, I mean, most jobs are very professional and serious all the time. Oh, we're serious here in Mother Mercy's House, but we're also loving. You know, we're not serious all the time. We're not mean. That's the only reason I came back, because I felt like a homecoming back here.
And the mission of Mother of Mercy House is just to love. I mean, it's to be good friends to the neighborhood, to love the neighborhood. It's a great place to be. And Diane, it's so interesting to hear you have 9 people sign up to help you with summer camp, and yet only 2 actually stick with it or even give it a shot.
And they were young. I mean, that's a young age. And by the way, thank you for everything you just said, because we love Johnathan. But they were very young and very mature. And when I saw them, they looked like kids. And I thought, this is going to be a disaster. We've got these 2 young kids, to me, because I have 5 children, and they look like kids. And then we've got a lot of younger kids coming in, 3rd to 8th grade. I think at the time I may have taken 1st to 8th grade. I no longer do that. And Johnathan and Jaylene never blinked an eye. When I said, you're it, they were like, okay, let's roll. And we rolled with that. And it was amazing. It's very, it's funny because even now when I have some problems, I'll think, how did we do it with 2 young people, 2 young, students? How did we do it with all those kids and never? We've grown. Now we take field trips. We couldn't do that again. But boy, it was a great experience for me and made camp a really positive program for me. Had it been a disaster without those 7, I don't know if I could have kept doing it. But they made it seem easy, and they were children. And they have a very cool mom who raises them very strictly with warmth. They're just really a good example of children down here, because we have a lot of them that really want to, give it forward and that are good kids. And Johnathan is a good example for our after school. And Johnathan stays on Wednesdays after school, and the kids now adore you. They would probably love to have him with them all the time, but Johnathan's a big help to me as an adult. So,
Johnathan, so you took this job in the summer as a high school student, and what were the reasons? You did it to help pitch in at home, or what was going on? What was the motivation for working that summer?
The motivation was mainly, like you said, was to help out my mom, because at the time she was working 2 jobs. Even still, we were still in high school because, with COVID and everything. So the money was real low. Mind you, we was living in Philly, but, the rent was pretty expensive at the time. So we try to help out the best we can. I mean, it's not much, but we help out the best we can, at least.
So you were working to help support your family as a high school student, and your sister was working to help support the family.
Yeah, us too.
While your mom worked 2 jobs to support the family, just to grind it out here in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I've heard you say before that you love serving here because you know what it's like to have been served when you were struggling. Yeah. Can you maybe describe that a little bit for me?
Yeah. So struggling for us was like not paying the bill on time, coming home with the lights off, having no heat in the house. What else? And yeah, just getting by with other family, like our grandma. Like our grandma, we used to cook for us because, we didn't have heat in our house or gas. So that was also another struggle. That's what I meant by struggling. We didn't really have a lot, but we also had resources. We had families around us, so it was pretty good.
So you know what it's like to struggle. Your family clearly knows what it's like to work hard. And I know you're from the DR, the Dominican Republic, and your mom's a U.S. citizen from the Dominican Republic, and you were born here in the United States.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes you a Dominican American.
Yeah.
Describe what's that like, being a Dominican American in Philadelphia?
Dominican American, it's pretty fun because, like Diane said, you're bilingual. You meet a lot of new people because, like I said, people are coming from the country to learn, to come here, to adapt living here in Philadelphia. And like I said, my grandma and grandpa, they're still doing that. I'm actually helping them with a couple English. Yeah, it's working, but they know. But yeah, some of the people that move from here to there is really nice because, like I said, you get to learn with them, you get to teach them along the way. Most of the people here are from different countries. The one that comes to the Mother Mercy House, they're fresh from the country. They tell me every time in Spanish, hey, I'm a little bit struggling. I just moved here from the DR or Puerto Rico, and I need some help. Do you mind helping? I'll be like, yeah. That's what we do. Come to Mother Mercy House. We help you out the best we can, at least, to get you back on your feet. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know, your mom's worked really amazing job. She's done amazing things and worked very hard as a U.S. citizen, but fully as a Dominican as well. You guys are a special family. Tell me about what your mom has done for a living and her relationship with the area.
So my mom at a time, she was working for immigration. What's it like working for immigration? She was like, it's good, but it's also a little hard. I think she actually cried a couple times. She had to call a couple people in to let them know ahead of time. I mean, it is. I feel for that because, it's going on today around the world, but yeah.
And now, what does your mom do now? She eventually got a new position, did something different. What does she do now for a living?
She actually works in Congresso here in Kensington. If you guys know Congresso, it's a non-profit company that helps Hispanic Latino families or blacks, and they help get like the same way we're doing here at Mother Mercy House, but on a different level. Like we would get cribs, we get beds, we'd go to their house, we talk to them. That's what my mom would do. She would get their information, make sure they would be good at the end of the year, stuff like that. Yeah.
So your family's here. Your mom is a citizen. She's working a good job, a government job, and then she's also working a second job, and you're still struggling to make ends meet. And she has a dream to finish college and all that stuff. And you guys are relying on resources still for help because you can't provide for yourselves. What is that like to be working so hard? I mean, did it even occur to you that the lights are being turned off, but your mom's working 2 jobs?
Yeah, at a young age, yeah, we kind of know. We kind of didn't. We always ask my mom, like, hey, what's wrong with the lights? And we would just be like, she would just, tell us a little lie. Maybe we'd be like, oh, yeah, we got to fix a couple of light bulbs. But that wasn't really the story. We actually, couldn't pay the bill on time. So we was living in an apartment on top of our grandpa's store, actually. That's something new I forgot to tell you. My grandpa's store and my grandma's store was on the bottom, and our apartment was on top. So, yeah, it was a pretty cheap apartment, but like I said, we couldn't still keep up with the bills. But
Let's talk about your mom for a minute, who I just think is very cool. So your mom comes from the Dominican.
yes, yep.
She has 3 young children.
Yes.
She's working 2 jobs. She gets her bachelor's while I've known you. And I just can't imagine. I can't imagine going to another country and learning to speak the language, have 2 jobs, raise my children, and get my bachelor's. I mean, your mom is exceptional. And then they came here for camp. You would never know there was any issue. She raised them. They had good manners. They came happy every day. They brought their best to the table. And I think that makes Johnathan such a good example. And his mom should be so proud because both Johnathan and Jaylene are such a good example of kids that live here where there's a lot going on outside. I mean, there is. It's not a horrible neighborhood. It's just they have a little bit less, which is totally unfair. But yet they've come here and they work harder than a lot of other people. They speak 2 languages. They're doing all these different jobs and they're still struggling. And Johnathan shows the kids like, hey, stay on a good path. Do not fall for what's going on the outside. Be yourself and stay on a good path. And they adore him. I can't give him to the kids for camp anymore. After school, he stays now and then because he's grown and I need him in a real job. But with the kids, it's just a really good example to have people on staff that know the game, they know what it's like, and yet they can show the kids how far they can get. And it plays so many ways in our favor to have someone like Johnathan, who I adore, and he knows that, to be here. It's just phenomenal.
Is it fair to say that Jonathan's a success story for Mother of Mercy House?
I think Jonathan's a success story for anywhere that he would be, but yes, for Mother of Mercy House, yes. Because I think kids, especially with the drug situation, I think it makes it hard because it's very easy to get caught up in what's going on. It's an easy way to make money. And I just think Johnathan shows that you can work hard and make money and do the right thing. And I think that he and his sister Jaylene, and hopefully we'll have Junior this year, which is Jonathan's younger brother, who came here a couple times when they were babysitting, and they had work, and they would bring Junior. And now Junior's at the age where he could possibly be employed here in the summer. So it just shows, the employees here, I have another one, they've worked here and then they're kind of raised with us and then they come back. And that's just great for me, to have loyal, really good people. And Jonathan's a living example.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of what Mother of Mercy House offers to the neighborhood, especially to the children, is just an example of something different. It's so easy for a child here to just slip into being a drug runner because that is easy money. It's an easy job. It's right there, and it's what they're surrounded by. Yes. And Mother of Mercy House just shows another way. And Johnathan, you, with the way you live, just show another way. And it's such a remarkable way to be a friend to the neighborhood, the way God would want us to be. So you're a blessing, man. Yeah.
We tell them that all the time.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think is next for you? What would you like to see next in your life as you grow as a young man?
Oh, this is a good question, Dan. It's a good question. Well, I was talking with Diane at a time. I think it was last week or the week before that, but I was explaining to her I would like to be an electrician, trade school. Because at a time I was into pursuing a different career. I was actually into art, old school art, like museums, paintings. I'm not really into that graphic designing. But I knew at a time, the year goes by, a lot of people lose less interest. I'm not saying people who are, still pursuing art, they can pursue art. But at a time, it just wasn't for me. So I just felt like growing up, I need to find a different passion. So I heard a lot of, and I'm not into college either. I never went to college. I did try to go, I went to a couple visits. Well, I wanted to go a couple visits, and yeah, it just wasn't for me. So I decided to find different passions. So it turns out that trade school was also another passion. It's affordable. They provide financial aid, and you get to learn a lot from them. It's called New Orleans Electrical Trade. It's up in Red Lion Road, and they provide financial aid. And that's where I want to go. And I was telling Diane, I was like, hey, I would love to go. I have the resources. Actually, my aunt best friend is actually in a trade. He actually works in that area and expertise. So, yeah, I thought I would give it a try to see where it takes me. I'm still young. I'm 21. I feel like I can do a lot more. But as of right now, I love working at Mother of Mercy House right now, providing the best type of hard work I can.
Diane, it's extraordinary, right? So here are legal immigrants working super hard, working multiple jobs, working for immigration, working for the government, wanting to do a trade, be an electrician. It's some of the most industrious people that I know.
I agree. And I told Jonathan I would love him to succeed in whatever area he wants. We love him here, but if he'd like to move forward, we're going to try and make that happen. In fact, maybe if they're listening, they could do a whole scholarship for you, I would think.
New Orleans Trade School.
Yes, we just gave them a little ad. So we'll show this to them and we'll get Jonathan a scholarship.
Yeah, hopefully in the email, please.
It just makes me so happy to see this kind of thing. And if Mother of Mercy House isn't here, I don't know, the impact that it had on Jonathan's life wouldn't be there. And then Jonathan's impact on your life, if he didn't come to camp and help, it sounds like that would have been pretty tough to survive, and you probably wouldn't still be here.
No, we wouldn't have had camp. We absolutely couldn't have had camp if those two did not show up. Not only did they show up, they showed up with the right attitude, just the right work ethic, everything about them. And that's a testament to their mom and to the kids. But, if you think about it, I just think it's an amazing thing, even for your mom, to show other people. If you work hard, you're going to get somewhere. And I just always give them credit. I do not think I could do it. I think it would be a really big decision to go somewhere, bring your family, learn a language, work, school. I'm amazed, actually. There's other people in this community also, and they're amazing. And I like that we can help them. They just need a hand up. They don't need a hand out as much as they need a hand up. And there's a big difference, because when someone's working hard, to see all that your mom did and she still couldn't meet every bill, it's kind of a shame. I could say a lot about it, but you should be able to work 2 jobs and afford all of your bills here in America. You really should. And his mom's a very hard worker, and that makes no sense to me. But
well, and Jonathan, and his mom coming from the Dominican Republic made Mother of Mercy House a better place. I mean, it's just clear as day. And I don't know. You never know your own career trajectory, Diane. If that summer camp doesn't go well, maybe you don't hang in there. Maybe you're not executive director. You know, you need help to be able to do this work. And so, you know, when donors support Mother of Mercy House and support families like Johnathan's, I mean, they're providing a great good to our world. And because Johnathan and his family are bringing a great good to our world.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, I will have to say something, but Diane, yeah, I should have said this, but Diane definitely sparked half of my childhood. And this is an actual fact, and I'm going to tell you why. Before coming to working in Mother Mercy House, it was always my sister. My sister, mind you, my sister's the youngest, but she was more mature than I was. You know, I was the quiet kid. I was on the side, and Diane would be like, you know, are you okay? And I'd be like, yeah, okay. I'm just a little new at this. And factually, Diane would like make me speak up, stand tough, put my foot down. Like Diane really sparked half of my childhood. I mean, she really did. I don't know, but I'm gonna say this. It's another fact. But Diane and Alex actually helped me get through prom. They actually paid for all my prom stuff. Yes, I went to prom, technically free because they paid for my prom. Yeah, and that's what I meant by spark half of my childhood. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If they didn't do that for me, I wouldn't be able to go to prom. I just wouldn't be able to afford the suit at least. But yeah, they afforded my prom. Diane sparked my childhood. I mean, I'm telling you, I was a very shy kid. Years later, I'm like talking up a storm right now in this nice podcast you invited me to.
Thanks, Jonathan.
And you see how when you help one person like Johnathan, you know, you help the whole community. And when you help Mother of Mercy House, help people like that, you help the whole Philadelphia community. And that's something not to be underestimated, you know? And I think, too, the beauty of Mother of Mercy House, it's not just about, because you've explained this, Johnathan, it's not just about, well, here's a coat, kid, or here's some crackers and some soup. It's here's a relationship, here's a friendship. And it's that friendship that it includes giving, you know, filling material needs, but it's that friendship that changes neighborhoods. You know, as a Catholic, I think about it, it's God's friendship with me and with us that changes us. And it's our friendship with other peoples that are similar to God's friendship to us that changes the world. And it's so simple.
I think I need a tissue. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Jonathan, can you grab me a tissue? I apologize.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. So I agree. I agree. And I think that thanks, Jonathan. Thank you. I think the thing that's important to me is that these young people see that they deserve the world. And I tell them all the time, like, they deserve the best of everything. And I'm not going to work harder than anyone to get them somewhere, but someone like Johnathan wants to be somewhere, we'll get you there. You know, we'll find the way, we'll do whatever. And I want all the kids down here to know that advantage. And I think they pretty much do, don't you think?
Yes.
That we'll help them the best we can. I mean, we're not perfect, but we will help them get where they want to be the best we can.
How has Mother of Mercy House shaped you as a person, Johnathan? Because I can see that change in you. Could you describe that change?
If I wasn't really into the serious Mother of Mercy House help, I would have been somewhere else. Somewhere else. I'm going to just keep it at that. Somewhere else, not working, would have been led to a different path. Yeah, because, you know, some people fall into that path. But I feel like Mother of Mercy House changed in a way that helped me get through my struggles. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm a whole different person now before. Yeah.
And that's the difference between being the kid on the street who needs to make the easy money for his family or the kid who goes and becomes a hard-working, industrious young man and contributes to our world. And that really is Mother of Mercy House, Diane. And it's Mother of Mercy House, and it's also you and your relationship with Mother of Mercy House. Because I always say it in a lot of ways, Mother of Mercy House is what's already in your heart as a mom and the way that you just function as a mom. And it's an extension of that. And I love getting to watch that. It's really beautiful.
I love my kids, all my kids.
Yeah.
I do, and I just want them all to know that they're so loved. So, you know, he has a terrific mom, but it's nice to go someplace else and be loved up. And I think we love Johnathan a lot. So which is good for me. It's good for my heart. It's good for everyone to be able to do that. And then Johnathan, in return, loves on the next set of children, and that goes on, and it's a trickle-down effect. So if you saw Johnathan with the kids in the afternoon, it is pure love. Yes. And the kids would drive you crazy, like my own kids. They drive you crazy. They're typical, crazy, fun kids. And Johnathan, I think Johnathan can get them to do yoga. Do you even know how to do yoga, or are you faking it?
I don't think it was yoga, but I think
What was it that you were
it was
doing
a little exercise class.
An exercise class.
Simon Says.
And Simon Says. I thought it was on mats, but it's an exercise class. And they think he's the cat's meow or whatever you say these days. I don't know what the saying. But they think he's great.
You know, this past weekend, someone was asking me, well, what do you do to help Kensington, to fix Kensington? And I told them, I said, well, I think it's love. I think there's a lot of Band-Aids. Government entities have to do what they have to do. Police have to do it. Like, I get all of that. But all those things, I think, are Band-Aids. The cure is what you see here. The cure is love. You know, and Band-Aids are necessary when you get hurt. But they're not the cure, and the cure is love. And Johnathan, being loved by Mother of Mercy House, then gets to bring love through Mother of Mercy House to other people. And I think that's what changes neighborhoods, and that's what changes the world. And I think that's what the church is designed to give is love. And I love that they call us the little blue church because of the blue awning. And that's really how we're recognized. And if you ask the neighborhood what we're known for, it's just simple acts of love, simple acts of friendship. And it could not be more simple and more pure. And it couldn't be more rewarding at the same time. Johnathan, I just want to give you the final word. What do you think, why do you think Mother of Mercy House in a place like this is important in a neighborhood like this?
It's important in a neighborhood because it shows people around in this area that we're here. You know, don't be afraid to ask help. We know your struggles. Come down, and we work it through it together. That's what I had to say. Yeah, because a lot of people, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people are scared to get help, and you know, that's no problem. You know, you're not ready, but we will always be here, no matter what. You know, it could be something little. It could be if you want crackers, or maybe if you want a coat, or you need some cereal, we'll be here to give it. Or you need maybe somebody to talk to. But we're always here at Mother Mercy House, so don't be afraid to come in, ask us for anything. We're always here down to help. So yeah.
And I love that he says us.
I'm so proud of him right now. I have no words. Really, I have no words.
Well, thank you for making the time, Johnathan.
Thank you, Dan, for inviting me.
Oh my goodness, you're kidding. It's such a blessing to be in the company of a young man like yourself. And you are such a blessing to Mother of Mercy House. So don't just perceive yourself as someone who's received a blessing. You are somebody who has given much more of a blessing than has ever been given to you.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I 100% agree. I love Johnathan. He knows it.
Yeah, I love everybody at Mother Mercy House. So we're a family. So, like I said, don't be afraid to ask for help, please.
Amen is right. Thank you, Johnathan. Thanks, sweetie. Thank you.
Thank you.